Are you looking for just one integrated sales and marketing platform that can actually do it all? Well, this is where a standout tool like ActiveCampaign becomes your business's best friend. So today in this tutorial, my focus is to get you up and running with ActiveCampaign. In particular, how you can use and grow your business with powerful built-in email and WhatsApp marketing activities. Alright, if this sounds interesting to you, then stick around and let's dive into this ActiveCampaign tutorial together. Okay, so to get started with ActiveCampaign, simply head over to your browser and type in activecampaign.com, or feel free to click on the link in the description below this video, and this will give you access to a 14-day free trial. Simply navigate over to Start Your Free Trial, sign up, and you'll be taken inside your ActiveCampaign account. Now, I've already gone ahead and created a fresh ActiveCampaign account, so I'll meet you inside. Okay, so here we are inside my ActiveCampaign account. Now, before we navigate through our ActiveCampaign account, who or what type of business is ActiveCampaign actually built for? Well, if you run a micro to small and medium-sized business, ActiveCampaign is a solid fit. In particular, if you're after an email marketing platform that extends into all key marketing channels like SMS, WhatsApp, and social media channels, then ActiveCampaign is a great hybrid marketing option. However, if your business is also looking to simplify and streamline marketing systems by automating workflows, then ActiveCampaign is the perfect solution. Okay, so what exactly are we going to cover today? We'll first dive into quickly setting up your account, and then we'll jump into email marketing activities and how you can create your first email campaign. Next, we'll touch on managing your contacts. Then we'll briefly talk about building your email list using forms and landing pages. After this, we'll dive into WhatsApp marketing and navigate through all the tools and features that you can leverage inside the marketing integration with ActiveCampaign. And finally, we'll talk more about automations and how you can build your own multi-step, multi-channel automations. During this tutorial, I'll also touch on ActiveCampaign's amazing AI functionality and how this impressive AI functions across your entire account. Okay, so jumping back into our account, today we'll be focusing on the Email plus WhatsApp Pro plan. This is a premium ActiveCampaign plan, which allows you to access key email and WhatsApp marketing tools and features. Okay, so before we briefly navigate through our dashboard so you can get familiar with your ActiveCampaign account, let's navigate over to Settings in the top right-hand corner. Here you want to ensure that your account details are correct. Then navigate over to Advanced. Here, it's important to take the time to authenticate and verify your domain. This is a vital step for any marketing platform. You want to do this before sending bulk email campaigns. This authentication process is about setting up the required DNS records inside the platform you use to purchase your domain. If you're not too sure how to do this, I will link relevant resources and tutorials down below in the description to walk you through this process. Okay, so once you've authenticated and verified your domain, or you've made any changes here, simply navigate up to Save Settings. Then let's go ahead and navigate over to Brand Kits. Then edit Brand Kit. This is where you want to take the time to set up your brand kit. This is a collection of your visual, verbal, and strategic assets that represent and define your brand. This just ensures consistency across your ActiveCampaign account. If you have a published website, you can go ahead and import your brand kit from your website. I'm going to quickly add my company's logo. Okay, so I've quickly added 2 logos. Let's change the background to a dark background here. And now let's quickly add our brand colors. Okay, so I've taken the time to add my brand colors, as well as brand fonts and social links. We can see a preview of our brand kit used in emails. Once you've taken the time to add your brand kit, navigate over to Brand Kit Details, and the information that you add in here will help ActiveCampaign generate relevant content with AI to use throughout the platform. Okay, so I've quickly added my brand information, which is going to help the AI generate relevant content for my business. This is when we want to leverage AI to create campaigns. Okay, once you've taken the time to do that, navigate down to Save Brand. Now, there are many things that we can cover in settings, but these aren't vital right now. So let's jump back to our dashboard. And before we create our first email campaign, let's touch on other tools that you can leverage inside your ActiveCampaign account. Under Contacts, here you can manage all your email contacts, create segments, tags, as well as monitor contact performance and more. Below Contacts, we have Automations. This is where you can automate your workflows. We can simply build cross-channel automations, and we'll dive deeper into automations shortly. Below Automations, we have Email. Again, we're going to jump into building email campaigns shortly. Then below Email, we have WhatsApp, and this is where we can engage in WhatsApp marketing, and I'll cover everything you can do with WhatsApp inside ActiveCampaign shortly. Then below WhatsApp, we have Website, which essentially allows us to build forms as well as landing pages. Forms we can embed onto our website, and landing pages pages we can use to drive traffic to, and below forms and pages, we have reporting. Okay, let's jump back into email. Now within email, to create our first email campaign, we can manually create an email campaign, or we can leverage AI to help us create our first campaign. And for the purpose of today's tutorial, I'm leveraging ActiveCampaign for a business called Beyond 9. This is a hybrid CGI and mixed reality marketing company. First, we need to describe the type of campaign that we want to create. For example, I've added create an email that covers the top 5 trends in CGI related marketing. The more information you add, the better the output. Okay, let's generate this campaign. Give ActiveCampaign a moment to generate your email with AI. And just like that, we have an email campaign that has been generated with AI. Pretty impressive, huh? ActiveCampaign with a single prompt has generated a subject as well as an email pre-header, leveraged our brand kit, and created all the content based on our prompt, including images and written content. You can also see we have a nice layout, a nice structure to this email. I'm actually really happy with this output. If we navigate over to the left-hand side, we can select the brand kit, as well as the structure, the layout, and then we can add feedback based on the messaging we want to adjust. We can also make quick edits. Do we want the content to be more formal, funnier, or more casual? Then we can simply come down and click on regenerate if we want to regenerate this email output. We can also click on any of these elements. For example, if I want to change the subject, I can do so here, as well as the pre-header and the content within our email campaign. I'm going to change this to 2025, and again, we can change all this content. Simply click on the text block and make your changes. Here we have a button, and I want to add a YouTube video in here that explains more about CGI marketing for brands. We can also change the button text. I'm happy with this. And if we want to make more advanced edits to this email campaign, what we can do is navigate down to Campaign Designer. This interface gives us more control over the design of our email campaign. If we navigate up to the top, you can see we have this container, and within the container, we have these different blocks. We have text blocks here, an image block, and then further down, we have these button blocks. And we can simply make changes to the content on the right-hand side. Here you can see the YouTube video that we linked earlier. We can add another link action. When a contact clicks on this link, we can choose one of these actions. For example, add a tag, select the tag. For me, that would be interested in CGI. The email recipient clicking on learn more, I want to tag them as interested in CGI. Hit save, and then we have other formatting options, button label, text style, as well as color. If we navigate back, that's going to take us back to these block elements. Now to use these blocks, all we need to do is click on a block and drag that block to the section in the campaign you want to add that block to. This is a video block, and let's add the YouTube video in here. And each block has its own formatting options, so take the time to get familiar with these. Let's head back and navigate down the page. However, what we can also do is navigate over to global settings, and we can make changes to the entire look and feel of this campaign. For example, we can change the alignment, and that's going to change the alignment of the entire email. I'm happy with centered, and we have more options down here. If we navigate up to the top, we can see our revision history and restore a previous version. We can undo and redo changes, and across here, we can view the code as well as preview to preview our email campaign and see what it looks like across different screen sizes. We can also navigate over to send a test email before sending this email to our entire contact list or a specific segment. Okay, let's jump back and navigate across. Again, we can test the email and view settings. Make sure your campaign settings are correct before you send your email campaign. I'm happy with my subject, pre-header text, as well as the from name, email, and all these other details. Let's hit save and navigate up to next. And that's going to take us here. Preview your email details once again, then navigate down to recipient selection, and then select the list that you want to send the email campaign to. At the moment, we only have one list. This is our master contact list, which only has one contact for now. I'm happy with that, and we'll talk more about how you can grow your email list shortly. Then navigate down to send to, and here we can send using custom conditions. Let's leave that for now. Choose if you want to send your email now or schedule for later, and then we have these tracking and automation options. Ideally, you want to track when a recipient opens and reads your email, as well as clicks on a link in your email campaign. Okay, so when you're happy with your email campaign, simply navigate up to schedule your email campaign, or click send it now. For the purpose of today's tutorial, I'm just going to save and exit. Hey guys, just quickly, did you know that over 90% of you that enjoy our free educational content have not yet subscribed? It would mean a lot to me if you drop a comment or hit subscribe if you love what I'm creating. This helps us grow the channel and motivates me to create bigger and more impactful tutorials for you to consume for free. Okay, so with that happy note, thank you in advance, and let's get back to the video. And back here we can manage all our email campaigns. And congratulations, just like that, you've created your first email campaign. Now let's briefly discuss growing your email list. First, let's navigate over to Contacts, click on Lists, and at the moment we have a master contact list and a master SMS list. Let's click on Add a List. This is a specific contact list that we want to use to manage our newsletter subscribers. So let's add a new list name, Weekly Newsletter. Let's describe our list. This list is for managing our weekly newsletter subscribers. Add the marketing channel, for us that's email, add your company's website, and then add a reminder message. And this is just a small reminder for your email recipients. You have joined this list to receive weekly newsletters. Alright, let's create our first list. Okay, so now that we have our first list, besides our master contact list, how can we actually grow this list? Well, there are many ways we can do this. You can import a contact list if you have one. You can capture new emails through a web form or a standalone landing page. And you can do this with organic or paid marketing activities. By sending traffic to a form or landing page, you can start building your email list. Now we can break down our email list even further by creating segments and tags. This allows us to create specific conditions so that we can create targeted and personalized campaigns. Now, if we navigate down to website, as I mentioned before, we can quickly build our email list by creating forms to embed on our website or creating standalone website pages, landing pages that we can send traffic to. For example, let's quickly create a new form. Remember, we created a subscriber list, so let's name this form Newsletter Form. Here we have the different form styles. I want to embed this form into my website blog posts so that when someone is reading a blog on my website, they will see this form and hopefully sign up to join our weekly newsletter list. Select form action, subscribe to a list, select the list, and we want to select the list that we just created, weekly newsletter. We can also add another action if we like. For now, let's create this form. And that will take us to the design interface where we can start building out this form. Simply drag the fields from the right hand side and play around with the different styles. And then we can also trigger an automation. This allows us to build an automation using this subscriber form as the trigger. Again, we'll touch on this shortly. And then once you're finished building out your form, you can integrate the form with your website. If we click here we have the code snippet that we can embed into our website. We also have a link. We can copy the link and add that to our different marketing materials. Now, another cool thing that you can do is generate a form using AI, similar to what we did with an email campaign. For example, create a sign-up form for our weekly newsletter. Let's go ahead and hit enter. Give AI a moment to build your form. And just like that, the AI inside ActiveCampaign has generated a form for us. This is based on our prompt. And similar to the email campaign that we generated with AI, we can edit the form with the designer. And then you can continue building out your form. Okay, let's jump out of this. Now you have an idea of how to build your email list. Next, we want to jump into WhatsApp. Now, to start leveraging WhatsApp inside ActiveCampaign, you will need to connect your business account. What I'll do is add relevant resources down below to show you how to connect your WhatsApp number with ActiveCampaign. So go ahead and check that out. For now, you can leverage Sandbox by simply scanning this QR code, and that's going to allow you to play around with this feature. If we navigate up to Inbox, here you can create and manage all your conversations. We can add a conversation label here, new in progress closed. Under conversation, we can add conversation tags and assign this conversation to our team members. We can also see previous conversations. If we navigate up to contact, we can add a contact owner and add important or relevant notes to this contact. And of course, we can engage in a conversation within this interface. For example, let's send this message, and because we have engaged in this conversation, the status has moved to in progress. Okay, let's navigate over to messaging flows. Here we can create automated conversation flows. This can save a business a ton of time when a large communication channel that they leverage is WhatsApp. Let's navigate over to new messaging flow. Add your flow name. Service request flow, I'm happy with this. Here we can select the trigger type. Do we want to trigger this flow when we receive a message, or from an outbound campaign, or from marketing? For us, let's select inbound message. And do we want this WhatsApp message flow to trigger when we get any message, or a specific text? So when a message contains a specific text. Or do we want to create a WhatsApp button? For example, if we create a WhatsApp button and put that on our website, then when a website visitor clicks on the WhatsApp button, that's going to trigger our flow. For now, I'm going to select any message, then click on next. Then here you have different step types to build out your flow. For example, do you want to send a WhatsApp template? Do you want to send a simple message? Do you want to send a question, menu, all these other options down here? Let's click on menu and click on add, and let's navigate up here and change this to services, and let's add a message. I'm going to navigate over here, add contact and first name. Then the rest of the message, we provide CGI and mixed reality projects for brands. What service are you interested in? Down here we have buttons selected. If I click here, we can choose these different options. I'm going to add the first option, the second, consulting, and third, CGI marketing pack. These are the 3 services we offer in this example. Then navigate down here. If the user didn't select a valid option, answer with, how else can I help you? If we navigate down here, we have these other options. Go to another step if the user doesn't answer the question correctly. Go to another step if the user doesn't answer the question within a certain period of time. And then do something if the message fails to send. Okay, so I'm happy with this step. Let's close out of this. Now you can see we have these 3 items. This menu step will trigger with these 3 options. So what do we want to do when each of these options are selected? I could, for example, click here, add a template, message, question, menu, and again any of these other options. Let's go ahead and add message and click on add. I'm going to name this message step, strategic advice, and the message is simply going to be information about the service that we offer. Now this could be in the form of text, an image, a document, or even a video. I'm going to select a document because I have a PDF that has all the information, details, and pricing in regards to our strategic advice. I'm going to click here and upload the file. Here's the PDF, and let's close out of this. And I would simply do the same with these 2 options. I would click here, send a message, add, and add the details here. For this specific service, consulting, do I want to send a text message, a message with an image, a document again, or a video? Again, I'm going to add a PDF. Okay, so I'm going to quickly do this now with these 2 remaining services. Okay, so just like that, I've set up this simple WhatsApp flow. The trigger, anytime a customer messages us, and you can create any trigger that you like. And the first step, we send this menu, which asks a question and has these 3 different buttons. If a contact clicks on any of these buttons, that's going to send the relevant PDF that has all the information about that specific service. Now you can continue building this flow if you like, by adding additional steps. Okay, let's close out of this for now and click on publish when you're ready to publish. Okay, let's navigate over to templates. And this is where we can create our own WhatsApp templates. These are personalized templates that you can create and then add to your messaging flows. If we navigate down, we have some other important information like WhatsApp button. Here you can create a WhatsApp button. This is what the button will look like if you add it to a page on your website. For example, add the name of this widget, add the channel, default text, then your quick replies, then customize how it appears. And this can be one of your triggers, this specific widget. For example, if you add this widget to your services page on your website and someone clicks on this button, you could use this as a trigger for the messaging flow that we just created. However, that is a quick demonstration on how you can leverage WhatsApp inside ActiveCampaign. As you can see, this is a powerful tool that allows you to streamline your WhatsApp communication and set up powerful automations. Now let's jump over to automations and let's click on create an automation. Here we can build our own custom automations, or we can choose from the templates provided. Alternatively, we can leverage AI to help us build a custom automation. For example, build a welcome automation for new weekly newsletter subscribers. Let's generate this automation. And just like that, ActiveCampaign has generated a welcome automation using AI. This is a simple welcome email sequence. And if we navigate down to the bottom left-hand side, we can continue building out this email automation. For now, let's use this and edit it in automations. Okay, let's break down this automation that has been generated with AI. If we navigate up to the trigger, you can see start automation when contact subscribes to list weekly newsletter. If we click here, you can see the list that we created, weekly newsletter, has been picked up by AI. I'm happy with that. Let's close out of this. Then once the contact is subscribed to that list, this email is sent. Let's click here. Here we have the email name, subject line, from information and tracking. A lot of this is correct. Let's have a look at the email content. What we might want to do is take the time to customize this email campaign. This is the first email that is sent when a subscriber joins our email list. However, the content that's been generated with AI is not too bad. So take the time to customize your first email. Let's navigate back. And then down here, after 4 days, another email is sent. Again, what we would do is take the time to customize this email campaign as part of this automation. Then if we navigate down here, we have suggested next steps. Wait 7 days, wait for 7 days and check if the email was opened, wait for 7 days and send email. If we click down here, AI is going to suggest some actions based on our sequence. We can also click on sending and we can send an email, start a WhatsApp flow. This allows us to add a contact to a WhatsApp messaging flow, like the one that we created earlier. And then we have more actions down here. If you're interested in diving into a more advanced ActiveCampaign automation tutorial, let me know down below in the comments. Again, we then have workflow, different conditions, contacts, do we want to add a tag, subscribe, or convert? Then we can also integrate apps. Okay, let's close this. And when you're ready to activate your automation, simply click on Active. Okay, let's close out of this. Now, if you're interested in learning more about the sales and CRM tools and how they integrate with your marketing activities inside ActiveCampaign, I will add a more CRM focused ActiveCampaign tutorial down below in the description. That is everything that we wanted to cover in this ActiveCampaign tutorial. If you're interested in diving deeper into the tools and features that we talked about today, let me know down in the comments if you would like a more advanced tutorial. However, this tutorial should get you up and running with ActiveCampaign's email and WhatsApp Pro plan. As you can see, ActiveCampaign is an omni-channel marketing platform that is ideal for all types and sizes of businesses. And there we have it, guys. That is it for this ActiveCampaign tutorial focusing on email and WhatsApp marketing activities. Now, if you have any questions about this video, make sure to pop them down below. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this video all the way through to the end. If you got value, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this channel. And that way, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.